Okay, we're talking about Going to California, part one for the guitar ensemble. Now in part one, you have 4 measures of rest in the beginning, and you're going to hear part 4 kind of grooving on that bass line. And so you come in at measure 5 with harmonics, whole note harmonics. You're going to hit a D, 12th fret, 4th string, right over the fret, and then an A right under that. So you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, and then at measure 9 you come in with G. If you're in 5th position, which I would play this in 5th position, you start with your 4th finger on the G on the 8th fret of your 2nd string. Now the nice thing is, your last harmonic, you don't need your left hand. So you can 1, 2, 3, 4. I was set up way ahead of time. 1, 2, 3, 4. And you're ready to hit that line there. Now, at measure 9, your melody, G, F sharp, E, D. Kind of just follows the vocal melody that Robert Plant is singing in Going to California. 1, 2, and 3, 4, and 1, and 2, and 3. I'm sorry, 1, and 2, and. So what you can do is say these out loud to get these rhythms. Some of them can be pretty syncopated. 1, 2, and 3, 4, and 1, and 2, and 3, 4. 1, 2, and 3, 4, 1. And then you kind of just bar to the A here. Then you come back with the melody at measure 17. 1, 2, and 3, 4, and 1, and 2, and 3, 4. 1, 2, and 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, and. Then at measure 21, or 22 rather, you get a pretty cool harmonic line. Now, the A and the D, you play at the 7th fret. The A is actually on your D string, but it's at the 7th fret, 4th string. 7th fret for the D on the 3rd string, and then the E, 12th fret of the 1st string. Now, what I do with my right hand here, I play P, I, A. Kind of go and pick a little bit closer to the bridge, not too far that it's too twangy like that, but kind of like that. P, I, A. P, I, A. Now again, you get some syncopation here. You come in on the and of 3. 1, 2, 3, and 4, and 2, and 4, and 2, and. Good thing to do is sit there with a metronome, let it go, and count 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and 2, and 4, and 2, and. It's a very important figure. This will be kind of recurring in different parts and later in the tune. Then, after your harmonic figure, we get some more rest. At measure 29, we get some nice high ledger lines that I know you'll have a great time reading. You start on the and of 2 with an F natural. Now I play this in 12th position, so 2nd finger on F, F, E, and then I reach for D, C. So it's like 1, 2, and 3, and 4. Then at measure 30, again the and of 2, and this time you're going to reach for a high G, and you go 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and then you resolve on F sharp. So I'll start at 29 there. 1, 2, and 3, and 4, 1, 2, and 3, and 4, 1. Alright. Then the next figure we have, 35, kind of are outlining a G chord here. Again, more syncopation. So at 35 we have 1 and 4 and. I would sit there with a metronome again. 1 and 4 and even just loop it. 1 and 4 and 1 and 4 and. Now at 36 you have 1 and. So together both parts, 2, 3, 4. A little tricky. Then at 37 it's just straight 1 and 2 and 3, 4. Then we have a shift. Now you could play a lot of this at 10th position. I like it a little bit better down here, but you end up with a shift then at 38. If I play from 37 here, I'm sorry, 1 and 2 and 3, 4, then we shift. Very syncopated. And we're reaching up here. E, F sharp, E, D, E, F sharp. Now the rhythm, 1, 2, and. Another one to just practice. 1, 2, and 3, and. A little tricky to get. So we repeat this figure a couple times. That'll take us through that section. Then we come over to 58. Now 58 starts a new section, a little darker, a little louder too. Now, part 1 will kick this off on beat 4 of 58. Everybody else will have a rest, or one part might be holding a note out, but then part 4 goes. What I do, start with the F here on beat 4 and slide on your second string up to the A. So it's like 1, 2, 3. You want to articulate both notes even with the slide. Like that. Now the rhythm here, another kind of funky rhythm. 1 and 2 and 4 and 2 and 4 and. Kind of continues this pattern. And I play it up here in 8th position because, as you can see, when I slide up with my 4th finger, G's here and the F, 10th fret of 3rd string. We get to 62. Now at 62, we end the pattern of the, and we walk up the scale. G, A, B flat, C, B flat, A, G. So we're gonna, I'll start on 58 and kind of play this section. 1, 2, 3, 4. Then we repeat the figure again at 67. The difference is at the end, instead of walking up the scale, at the end, after you hold the A and then you slide up to an E. Now there's a harmony going on at the same time with the second part. Now you want to follow that second part with that slide. Together the harmony will sound like that, an E and a G. Now, we're sliding up to an E. I play at 9th fret, 3rd string, just because I'm kind of up in that position anyways. You don't want to take your time going up there. Just go right up to the E. Then we have a few more measures of rest, then the outro. Now the outro, you'll start playing at measure 79. Let me show you a quick way to read through these, because we've got some really high notes here. You take a D chord, take that same shape, we're going to move it up an octave. So that means sliding it up to the 14th fret, where your first and second finger will be. You have this shape. Now measure 79 is D and F sharp, these top two notes. And then 80, A and D. You're just going to pop back and forth between those, like 1, 2, 3, 4. Just let them ring out nice and long. That's going to continue through the outro while other parts are playing. At 88, you have a fermata. And then at the very end, at 89, kind of look for the cue. Who's conducting. They'll let you know when to play, and just lightly hit the D and F sharp. Very light, kind of in the background. Alright, and that is part 1 for Going to California.